Rise and shine. Salute, salute, salute. How y'all doing? What's up, world? You are live, Underground Remix Live, your number one radio source for live rhythm and news, classics and current events, music and information, jams and thoughts, which sometimes require a little participation and improvisation. During our live jam sessions broadcasted from right here at the station, I'm your master of ceremonies, Sherrod. Please excuse the background sounds, um, but they live in their best life right now. Um, Yesterday was great. Yesterday was a phenomenal rehearsal. Today is show day. July 29th is the date that I gave myself to present whatever it is I'm going to present. And it is a transition day. What do I mean by a transition day? For the longest, I have been holding on to this project and finishing it, accomplishing it, seeing it through to fruition. And it has taken over a lot of my life, though it is my passion. Is my passion serving me? I've been discussing hoarding, and at some point, even if it's not, I'm just self-evaluating to see how are things serving me, even things that I want. Now, I'm no stranger to hard work. I'm definitely a hustler out here in these streets, far from lazy. But in this world, money. Man, money, period. So, broke is not an option. And so doing my thing has left me pretty broke. And so, I just want something a little bit different for myself moving forward. But what I have allowed for myself is the opportunity to set a date and a goal and to just accomplish what I can and to be okay with detoxing and separating and moving on. For me, what does that look like? Well, I have a lot of storage items that I'm paying to maintain. And, alright, let me try my best. And the idea is, the attachment, the hoarding, the connection, even the sentimental value that I place on those items. Are they serving me? And do they need to go into the new season? Yesterday was great because I pulled up to the beach, my set, and I just played. I did it. I did the rehearsal. There was no excuse. I have been looking around for music studios, just office spaces, locations where I could just accomplish what I needed to accomplish. And it was just beautiful having a plan and executing it and having great energy come my way. Shout outs to a particular soul and individual that just lit my world up yesterday with just great presence and energy. It was beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. The rehearsal is posted. If you would like to get caught up on the festivities to feel the vibe. This is a good reflection piece. There were some good technical moments that really break down who and what Mashi is. When you ask the question, who is Mashi? What is Mashi? The God in me is the quick response. The God in me, my inner voice, my inner God, and me reclaiming and ownership of my essence, purpose, time, space, energy, manifestation, dreams, future, territory, just Mashi. My things, my passions, and again, my purpose is the inner God in me. And vibrating on that frequency, which is what I did yesterday, is a very powerful thing. It is a very powerful thing. And it's a beautiful thing to get to, be in that space and dimension. There's so many great things. There's so many pieces to pull together. What I like to say is the stories connected to the instruments. The instruments were a part of a pivot in my life where I tried out BetterHelp therapy, which was referred to me at one point, and I did it for a month. So that's about 4 visits, about $300 out of pocket. And for the cost, I told myself I could do that with instruments and my art. Not that I didn't see value in therapy, but that may have been my nonverbal. I may have, you think of people going through traumatic life experiences and then just like going nonverbal. I started having this craving to just say whatever I needed to say, but not necessarily do words. Picking up therapy instruments that I didn't even know the notes to, like the bass, guitar, and the trombone. I recently sold my trombone, so I won't have it for today's presentation. However, there are rehearsal videos from the season that I had with it over the winter. Hello, welcome to BASKET, basketball player D1. What's up? I should not have had to read that. It should not have been difficult for me to read that, but my screen rotation is on sideways at the moment. So I had to do that. But what's up? You said, what am I doing? I'm doing this podcast live stream right now. I'm reflecting on yesterday's production day and making notes on where to improve and apply next go around. What are my goals for it? I want high quality audio visuals for my live streams. I heard a lot of wind background in certain videos in certain parts, so I want to definitely get the mic situation together. Hello to Chino. It's either Chino, Utha, or I don't know. We're gonna say Chino. Salute, Chino. These usernames really be something. If you haven't already, check out the recent live stream and the shorts from yesterday's rehearsal. I have been promoting July 29th as my next show date. All you have to do is check in right back here on the same channel just later this evening. I should have a better confirmed time. I said 6:30 p.m., but I was thinking about it. 6:30 p.m. is Pacific Standard Time out here, which means 9:30 East Coast time. So the idea is really for people on East Coast to be able to, watch it and participate before they go to sleep while it's still convenient and everybody's not a night owl. Salute, how you doing? We're talking about my show tonight. How I should have a more concrete time to start. As of right now, I've just been going live when I can and just committing to my daily, like just making sure that I get it in for the day. Shout outs to Chino, shout outs to Juan Villa fan. Thanks for tuning in. Super dope avatar picture. What's up? What's up? Hi, Zombie Xander. You say, hi, I'm new. What's up? How are you? I am encouraging you to check out my recent rehearsal. I do have a new live stream that I'm getting ready for this evening, and my improvement for today is sound quality. Microphones. For beach recording. This channel is about music. Music. Classics and current events. Music and information. Jams and thoughts which sometimes require a little participation and improvisation during our live jam sessions broadcasted from right here at the station. I'm your master of ceremony, Sherrod. Make sure to click that link in the bio and get updated on all the great things happening. You can like, comment, subscribe, share, engage, all of that. You said, like King Von, I'll load it YNW Melly and that music? No, more like soul jazz, spoken word, experimental, theater, fun, Broadway. Production, art. Lisa Simpson. Check it out. You can check out my videos and see what kind of music. It's right there for you to check out. And the most recent live stream is the one I want you to look at, because that is my one-man band setup for my new season. And for today's live stream. You said, and I'm not trying to be rude to you. I didn't take that as being rude. What is rude? Is Lisa Simpson something to be rude about? I don't think so. I don't know who that is, so. Okay. Well, I appreciate you wanting to know more. So, I'm done and I'm here. I'll answer your questions. What's up? Salute, and welcome. Lisa is a cartoon character. Oh, from The Simpsons. Got you. Yeah, no, I am familiar. Familiar. Was Lisa the voice of reason in The Simpsons? Thank you. You said my profile pic is cool. That photo and that photo shoot was great. It was several years ago before my fro locked. I have locks now. So all of my current live streams is what's new and current. And the old videos are my portfolio and my journey to this point. It's been quite a journey. And I think that is the cool part. I've really, over the years, fought for my art and pursuing the things that I wanted to pursue. And now that I'm approaching 40, the locks are in the live stream. You got to check them out. Look at my most recent live stream. It was posted yesterday. You can also follow Sherard Natural on Instagram, SHERARD Natural, NATURAL on Instagram to see my hair work. That is my portfolio for locks, barbering, all of Sherard Natural. Get into it. But yeah, this photo was a photo shoot. And I just remember it was at the beginning of my modeling professional journey out here in Los Angeles. Before getting agents, like I used that portfolio to get my first modeling agency. And, that's what I came out here to do. So much time went into the journey of getting in the door, and then when I finally got in the door, a lot of things shifted. You said, dang, nice one, man band. Nice, you said, dang, nice one-man band and locks. Thank you. Thank you. I ended up going the one-man band route because of how, much goes into maintaining consistent musicians. Eventually I'm like, I'm about to have to learn that part. I'm gonna have to learn all of these parts. And the beauty of today is I've been practicing with the looper a little bit. I need way more practice. However, it's an accomplishment for me if I can just get into the groove with the looper, play all the parts, and boom, make the music. What I liked about yesterday's set is that's the musician who just wants to pull up and play. However, there's a whole other production part of it, and that's where Mashi comes in. The God in me, my inner support. You have nobody else to rely on. It's God, but it's the God version of the self portion, the self-work portion. Faith without works is dead. So the part within that you need to use to connect to God's frequency and do, that is who Mashi is, and that's my name for it, but everyone has their own version of it. You said, like it's Razor to do one-man band because you don't have three people fighting. So maybe you said meant easier. Yeah. That's dope, Zombie Xander. You're really here. You're not a bot. Sometimes I'd be on here and just wondering, am I talking to robots? Is this a real person? And you're really responding and engaging. I appreciate you. But yeah, so that's a good question. Is it easier to do one-man band? It's not easier. It's a lot more work on me, but it's what I'm able to do as I need to do it. And so I stopped planning around trying to pull people together. But that's also impacted my consistency, But now I'm like, if I plan around reality, then, I can provide, some more consistent expectations, show dates and times where I know I'm just going to make sure I'm available and I can commit to the people. Not, hey, what's up? Welcome back. I was just talking about your comment with the one-man band thing and why it's a one-man band and why I do it. And it is to save on time and coordination and just energy. My keyboard did really good yesterday. I would like to tell a story. Okay. I would like to tell a story, and I call this story The Keys Master. I am, as you saw at my live stream, doing a beach retreat. And I had a keyboard out. And I just simply turned it all the way up and played. I didn't hook it up to any speaker or cord or anything. I just played all of my instruments. The Keys Master, that particular keyboard, I got used at a very good, affordable price during a time where I really needed a keyboard. Why did I really need a keyboard? Last year, I started a music teaching job, and I had a keyboard that I had been taking to the drum circles. At the drum circles, the last 4 attempts were declining experiences. Meaning there were like shorts in the cord and the power, and it was cutting off and not necessarily powering on. But I was able to jiggle some chords maybe by time 2, 3, and then the 4th one, I completely just pulled out my piano and it did not play at all. So I had to return it. It had a warranty on it, and I was without a keyboard. And then I got this job, and I needed a keyboard. And when I reordered it, or was just trying to go through the process of replacing it, they were taking over a month to repair it. And so, again, I looked for a used one, and I called it a hoopty. That was the first one I got. And then the one that I used yesterday was the second one that I got. But I got them at such great prices that, it worked out. But why hoopty stopped working too? Hoopty, I picked up, it was a Casio WK200. It really got me, this whole experience really got me into like vintage keyboards and synthesizers and sounds, and it sent me on a journey, which is why I call this story The Keys Master. But no, I know it was cheap. You just said how cheap, but it was what I was able to afford. I had just started a job, so like I didn't have that kind of money at that time to really get what I needed. But I say that, and if you think like that, cheap, then you will go without a keyboard. But if you think resourceful and let me do what I need to do, then boom. So anyway, I get these cheap keyboards and end up growing an attachment to them. I finally get them to like power and work. And when I start working, I finally, bought one at a good rate. Oh my, what's up? How are you? That is watermelon. I did not intend on the camera being on, but I guess if you already see it, then it is what it is. Yeah, y'all. That's so crazy. Yo, iPhone be tripping. Salute, how are you? So, hi. Yeah, life is real. So, I'm back in a similar situation where, it's, and being transparent, you just saw what you saw. Hi, salute, welcome to that random kid, 1, 2, 3. But yeah, life is really in an interesting place right now. He said, yeah, it was off for a little bit. Then it's been in for like 10 minutes now. Damn. You know, I did not know that. Well, yeah, getting my Rise and Shine nutritional. 25 minutes. All right, it's gonna be a 30-minute live stream. So I'm gonna tap out soon. Creating through the storm. It's that part. And that's what I like about the story of the Keys Master. Because at the end of the day, I got the job done. Again, what was the job? I said I was a music teacher. But on my own, I created a studio. And in that studio, you said, well, I gotta go. I'll subscribe to you so I can stay tuned after I listen to the story. Okay, thank you. This is rehearsal right now, so if you watch the actual show later, then you'll hear the story in real time and whatever I pull together for the live stream later. And this is just rehearsal. Thank you, Zombie Xander. I've taken to this because it's my own therapy. It's what nobody could prescribe to me. It's what I designed. And though now, you said, or is the story done? Well, I paused because you were leaving. The story of the Keys Master is sort of where I was headed. I created workout stations, infusing and combining music rehearsal and playing with the physical benefits of that. For example, drumming is a full body workout that works out the right and left hemispheres of the brain as well. So full mind, body, spirit, and soul workout. And for the Keys Master, just like the Stairmaster, I used a stepper and pulled it up to a 3-tier keyboard stand. I would go for like an hour, and that would be my workout, the Keys Master. That's a short and sweet of what the Keys Master is. It's a workout station, customized and curated by me, for me, but something I'm excited to share with the world. Both as a workout, but then artistically, the artwork. That's another part of the hoarding. Hoarding, how is hoarding applicable to this? I need to close out of my storage and start a new chapter in a new location. So doing this show and giving it a closing date, I can say it fulfilled its purpose. And I can move on. And for me, that's success. If I accomplished what I wanted to accomplish. Or at least just finish something, So that's why I'm so raw right now with the live streams. Because what I'm exercising is consistency. And pressing through the storm and creating through the storm. The keys master. Drum talk. Detoxing through drums. I have an 8-track album that I'll be performing live. And what I've been rehearsing is live music creation. So it's less about me having the song prepared and more so my ability to create on the spot. There are days where physically going and doing a 3-mile hike may not be realistic, but you can do the keys master or drum talks. Drum talks would be whatever length of period, but maybe up to an hour of just straight drum set playing. You're exercising your core. All right, 31 minutes, that's my time. Signing out. So I would say look out for my live stream around 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That'll be 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I may do some test sound checks around 3 p.m. Where, more current preparatory announcements will be made. Well, that's the timeline that I'm working with. Yeah, salute to Jackson Amon. Yes, my camera is off. This is just a warm-up. This is rehearsal for later today. I'm doing a live stream, so I'll check you back here. Hit the link in the bio, subscribe, and come back. See you soon. Have a great day.